Alrighty then, here we are, my friends. Good evening. So, a discussion about Pokemon, a bit of a Q&A. So if you have any questions, you know what to do. Drop them down below and we can see what we can discuss. It's Pokemon. We always have some things to discuss, of course. If you have seen my video from yesterday, then you know that I showed the numbers of 2025, the sale numbers of TCG Bandits. Well, it's not only TCG Bandits, of course. We have our whip and ship. We are selling on card market since the beginning of December, somewhere like that. So we are doing a lot. And now it makes you wonder, okay, if we look back at 2025, exciting year. We had such great hopes in the beginning of the year. We thought, yeah, let's try to do 500,000 in revenue, and it got very difficult. It got very difficult, my friends. I gotta admit that. Yeah, we were a bit, I think, cocky when we pulled up that number of 500,000 out of our asses. Yeah, well, that was me basically that pulled that out of my ass. But still, if we look back, could we do something different? Nah, not really. Not really. Okay, there were some crappy things that we bought. That money got a bit locked. Funko Pops, a bit of merchandising, other TCG sets, of course. And those were not always a good investment. Then what else did we get a bit locked in? Black Bolt White Flare. We still have a lot stuck in that because shit ain't selling. I got still a ton of poster collections, a ton of ETBs. It's simply not selling. Pokemon surprised us with the amount of inventory that was actually on the market, that was dumped onto the market. And it was also a bit waved releases. I think Black Bolt White Flare was the first moment that we got to taste the wave release of Pokemon, because I think they were testing it out with White Flare Black Bolt to continue that trend within the Mega Evolution, because now we see that trend in the Mega Evolution. Everything is coming in at least 2 waves, and I didn't know about that. Was I perhaps badly prepared? Probably. Am I stuck holding the bag like sometimes we say? Yes, with Black Bolt White Flare we are stuck holding the bag. But okay, it's a lesson, my friends. It's a lesson, and in the end, I also know that if I now keep holding that bag, that in the end, I will be able to sell it. Yeah, the market is saturated for the moment. Not a lot of people are having such interest in Black Bolt White Flare. Why is that? Gen 5. Gen 5 is not the popular gen. Okay. But in the end, perhaps in 1 year, 2 years, perhaps that product will slowly but still start to sell. Look at in the past, we have other sets. Evolving Skies in the past did not sell. Even 151 at a certain point was dirt cheap. When I came into the hobby in 2024, everything was dirt cheap of 151. And look at the prices now. And Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike also a big shit show back in the days. So things will turn, and we also know that if you hold it long enough, you will get your money back and then some, and it will still be more than when you leave it on the bank. That's for sure. So yeah. So further looking back at 2025, there were a lot of lessons, my friends, a lot of lessons that I'm going to share also in the next weeks and months, because that will be the thing that we want to improve our business. We want to grow our business. Okay, the business went pretty good. Yeah, in 2025 we had a revenue of about 260,000 euros, which is not bad, but the profit margin was between 5 and 10%, probably on the lower end of that scale, not close to the 10%. I'm putting it now between 5 and 10. Why is that? Calculating that shit is difficult. So yeah, I need to do a full calculation, but that's for later on. And then also there are certain things that certain, let's call it bills that come afterwards, because the income tax and things like that comes afterwards. So the exact number, that's for later in the year. That's for every company like that. So we want to improve our margins a little bit. Why is that important? Because without a healthy margin, there is no growth. You will always have certain bad investments, like now Black Bolt White Flare, and then a part of your money is locked for a certain amount of time, but you need extra money to be able to buy new sets. Ascended Heroes is coming up, the 30 years is coming up. You need funds. You need to be able to buy the new product to draw new customers in, or keep your current customer base happy. That's the thing. And that's also not easy. If you don't have distribution, you need to count on suppliers, then you get limited as well. Yeah, because we don't have the possibility to say, I'm buying 10 cases of ETBs. Hell no. That's no possibility. Even distributor access would give difficulties in that. So that's something that we really need to take into account for this year, so that we can grow. As I mentioned also in my video about the revenue from last year, are we going to apply for distribution this year? No. Not thinking about it, no. I was talking about it last year, October, November, December. I was talking about it, I was thinking about it, or perhaps doing it, and perhaps trying to contact Asmodee in the Netherlands and things like that. But then in the end I thought, why do that? I got now a revenue of 260k. Business is not going bad, can be better, but what is my value for a distributor? If I now get distributor access, I will probably get no Pokemon. I perhaps get other products, but I will get them at an extremely high price. Why is that? Because I don't have enough spending power. It's not that I have 100k lying around just to say I'm going to buy the new set. That does not work like that. I don't have that money lying around. Yeah, so that's not a possibility. And then the thing is, perhaps now just stick through and grow until we get perhaps that 500,000 or perhaps that 1 million in revenue, that we can grow the business. We can get product. There is more and more product coming onto the market. We are seeing that the last months after summer with Mega Evolution, it improved significantly. Perhaps just at the release of a set, you notice that, okay, product is perhaps selling a bit out on certain stores, but when that second wave hits, prices come down, availability goes up, things like that. Also, certain reprints have hit the market. We had Paldean Fates at a certain moment, Prismatic Evolutions, Surging Sparks booster boxes. Now Destined Rivals is on its way for February, March. Still don't know if it will be booster boxes, ETBs, or accelerator or other products. Don't know that yet, but I've heard that Destined Rivals is on its way. Also seeing that Journey Together is climbing back up in price. Are we expecting a reprint of that soon? I don't know. Still, yeah. So there is product availability. There is, for the moment, still opportunity for us to grow without distribution. That's the thing. It will not go as fast, because imagine that I got distributor access and I can buy my booster boxes at 90 euros, if I can get booster boxes. Imagine that I can buy them at 90 euros without taxes, and I can sell them for, what is the market price now when the set comes out? 250, including taxes. So I count perhaps 200 euros that without taxes. That's a really nice profit, and a lot of stores are really making that profit, my friends. I don't. Yeah, like I said, if I have a margin of like 10%, it's a lot. So, and then sometimes we get called out. Yeah, but yeah, you're asking too much, and you're asking this, and you're asking that. You're telling me I'm asking too much. So all the other stores that are having 200% margin or something like that, they are not asking too much. They are asking you market price, and then that's not too much. That's a bit the strange behavior in the community, basically. But we are sticking through. But other things that are very important for 2026 now, growth. But sealed product is not the only thing that you can do for growth. Single cards, my friends, single cards. Everybody is looking for single cards. The single card market is growing exponentially as well. And we are noticing that. I think, when was it? Around summertime, we started with selling single cards through our own website, strictly through our own website. It went okay, but it is time consuming, extremely time consuming. You open booster boxes or other products, or you buy collections, but you need to verify the quality of those cards. You need to check them thoroughly, because I tend to be very strict. Yeah, if people buy a near mint card, they want a near mint card. They don't want scratches on it. Plain and simple. So that takes time. Checking all those cards front and back. Imagine that you need to check 10,000 cards. Then you need to sleeve them up. I've got a rule. I sleeve all my cards. You might say, why do you do that with bulk? Because otherwise they might get scratches inside the boxes. Have you ever thought about that? Because once I sleeve them, I don't check the quality anymore. I already did that process. That's done and dusted. Yeah? So I take my cards, I check the quality, and I sleeve them. And they go in the boxes. Yeah, they get sorted per number, and then they get into the boxes. I don't need to check the quality anymore. You got people that check the quality once they are sold. I don't like that approach, because if you are running out of time and then you say, oh, fuck it, I just send it off. Nah. So quality is important. And then you need to put them online. We have a WordPress website, WooCommerce. I needed to put that product one by one online. Oh my God, time consuming, a waste of time. Because imagine you only have one copy of that damn card. You spend like a couple of minutes because you need to get the picture. You need to make sure that the format is correct. You need to create a product page, and you need to save that and all that crap. And then you need to put the card away. Time consuming. Time, to be honest, I don't have. I got a full-time job besides this, Cindy as well. We do this after our hours because we want to slowly but still build a good company, trustworthy company with a good service, good products, and everything. That's what we want to do. Yeah, it's not easy, but you cannot just say, I'm quitting my day job and I'm going to sell Pokemon products. That doesn't work like that. Some people take years to do such a thing. So yeah, that's something. But selling single cards will be an important trend for 2026. And if you haven't thought about, if you are interested in selling some Pokemon products and things like that, my recommendation is start with single cards. That's my recommendation, and I'm going to show you in the next weeks how we do that, how you can do that. We do that on a large scale. We have 10,000s of cards. We do multiple TCGs, but that's not something I recommend when you're just starting out. We are already a bit bigger, but I want to show you, if you are just as a small player, how can you get into the market? How can you make sure that you get some value out of it? And how can you make sure that, that you can grow your business? Slowly, but still. Yeah, patience is key here. So that's something I want to do this year. Also, you need to read the market. That's also very important. If you want to buy and sell single cards and things like that, if you want to do that with valuable cards, you need to really read the market. You gotta have an understanding, when are reprints hitting the market? Because prices of single cards, like for example now Destined Rivals is getting reprint. prices of those single cards will go down a little bit. That's normal. Extra product hits the market, people are going to open that. Those single cards, if they have excellent quality, prices for those top chase cards will come down. Sometimes not a lot, sometimes they do come down a lot. And then that can also have an effect on the number of graded cards in the end. Also something that you need to take into account, of course, grading of cards. So there were so many opportunities in 2026 that you can do. But you cannot do everything at the same time. You need to think carefully and you need to see. One thing that also happens a lot is a lot of people have brainiac ideas. I as well. And they want to do too many things. Or they haven't thought it well through. Once again, look at me. And they start up a few things and then afterwards you come to the conclusion, that's not really for me. That was a bad move. That was a bad investment. But what now? I got so much invested in that and I cannot buy that. So what do you do? That's a good question. And that's the thing, that you need to read the market. You need to have a correct understanding about what is going on. Something that we need to learn, because the TCG market is not flat. Plain and simple. If you have a thought that, okay, the market is flat, sales are happening all the time, no. To our surprise, last year, during a few months, starting in spring until summer, just at the end of the summer, we had that there were days that we received 0 orders. Not a single order. I think even we had at a certain point a week without an order, that we said, the hell is going on? I got all my products, I've got my running expenses, the website, all that thing, storage, everything. Those costs keep coming. And I was like, oof, no income for that week. What are we going to do? Did we do something wrong? That is something that you need to think about. And that's something also that we learned. Now, wintertime, I can tell you, Pokemon is booming. Everything is booming. Sales are booming. We get orders every day. Now that we also do single cards, sales are coming through every day on card market. The market is booming. Everything is going great. We know that will not continue like that. And I'm already estimating that once in April, it will start to change. Also now a lot of people are coming into the hobby. They know, oh, Pocket Day, 30 years, 27th of February, and a lot of people are going to hype up. You have Poketopia, or what's its name, is also coming out very soon, I think in March. Also, that's a game on the Nintendo Switch 2, also coming out. Then last year you had Pokemon Legends ZA, which was not really a success, but a lot of copies sold from that, bringing in a lot of people. But still, human behavior is something we also learned. Human behavior. From April, people start thinking about the summer and vacations and holidays, and they start to sell. Hello, Tony. Hello. I'm doing great. Just blabbing about the Pokemon market and what the expectations are. Also went through already about the numbers from last year that we did, because I posted a video about that. You needed a break from the block. Still exams. Yeah. Better you than me. Yeah, I'm getting old. Learning new shit that does not go very smooth. Oh no. Reading books and things like that. Well, it depends which books, but pure, strictly theory and things like that. Oh my god, I'm getting old and grey. Grey as well, yeah. Even my beard is turning grey. So, what are you studying for? What's coming up? Besides the snow. But yeah, I was a bit explaining that if people are looking for something to do in TCG, that my recommendation is starting in single cards. If that till the end of January. Learning and reading isn't also going very smooth. Ah, yeah. I can imagine. Yeah. I'm glad that I don't go to school anymore. At a certain point in life, I also tried to do evening school to get my high school degree. My God. But the quality of the education sucked as well. That's, oh my God, I was like, is this the level that, yeah. Have I seen the new Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Yeah, I've seen the concept, yes. Will that be a hit or a miss? I'm waiting it out. I'm not getting the product for the moment because I have a shelf completely filled with Yu-Gi-Oh! And it starts selling a little bit, but not as I wanted to. There is still too much money invested in Yu-Gi-Oh! On my end. And the concept that they have, I have a bit of the idea that they are forced to do it because otherwise the TCG is done and dusted. So I think that's what they are trying to do. I heard rumors about possible serialization in the game, limited cards and things like that. Who knows, they might destroy the game. And I don't want to be holding that back. I already got a bag of White Flare and Black Bolt in Pokemon that I'm holding. So, and that bag is a bit heavy as well. So, and to be honest, if I need to think about it, if I need to make a choice between Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece, this year, no question about it, it's One Piece. Players are also going from Yu-Gi-Oh! To One Piece. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to need to fight bare knuckles to get players back. One Piece is booming. For sure, yeah. And then as well, do not forget that Pokemon is also booming. Eh? They will keep growing this year, and we have so many investors in the market as well, and collectors. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not really a game for collectors. Yeah. Well, yeah. I totally get your sentiment here. It would be indeed too bad because it's something that already exists for ages, but the game is difficult. Huh? There is the power creep and things like that, and players are not satisfied anymore. The fun is out. There are still communities, and there are still in LGSs that they do plays and things like that. But from what I've heard from ex-players, that the game is not what it used to be. No, too difficult indeed. And you gotta be a real maniac to really know and properly understand the game. And especially handle the power creep. Hello, Aesthetic Nuts. Good evening. Hello. So, yes. But what are you guys now thinking about this year for Pokemon? What are you guys expecting? Are you expecting something great, or are you expecting difficulties in obtaining product? To be honest, I'm careful this year. I'm very careful. For Ascended Heroes, coming up on the 30th of January, I am careful. I ordered 2 displays of the 3-packs, the tech stickers with the 3 booster packs inside of it. So I've ordered 24 of those tech sticker collections. But I don't like how the product is being released, and the ETBs normally came out in January, got delayed for a month. It's going to be exciting, but I already see pre-orders popping up at other stores with decent prices. I had an estimation in December that I made a thought that, okay, perhaps booster price packs are going for 15 to 20 euros. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. For the moment, I'm seeing a trend that I'm if this trend continues and the amount of product that hit the market is enough, we are looking at 10 euros a pack. So yeah, that could be that we are looking at 10 euros a pack, which I can accept. Have you guys already seen the news about the new set? Let me share. It's going to be one of the biggest sets in history, perhaps the biggest set in history. More than 290 cards, not including the reverses, and so many secret rares, so many. But there are some beautiful cards. Okay, we already know a lot of cards via the set Mega Dreamy X, and also a lot of cards became known now with the starter decks that came out in Japan. I really like Psyduck. I still really want that card. And Score Bunny is also not bad. Not bad, yeah. Iono, Marill. Nice. So there are some really nice cards. I also see this card will also hold a certain value, I can imagine. Also, Medichan. Also a special card. Oh, this is also not bad. Carbink. Look at that. That's a beauty. I don't mind that card, to be honest. That's a beauty. Yeah. It's the first time I'm checking this page out, by the way. Yeah, it's there are some really nice cards. Yeah. Prigatito. Yeah, I have seen this card because this card is in a deck. It's in a deck in Japan. Yeah. What else do we got? Yeah, Canary, of course, but Canary comes from Mega Dream. These ones as well here, the accessories. And then, yeah, of course, the Mega Attack rare cards. Curious to see what the prices are going to do on this one. Pikachu. But rumors are that this will be a lot more in value. Rumors are that this will be more appreciated than this one. Those are the rumors that I've picked up. Yeah, then Lily's Clefairy, also going to be a good card. Yeah, better than Iono's Bellybolt, according to me. And apparently the rumors are as well, so we have Mega Gengar, but you also will have Charizard. Mega Charizard. No, it is not just Mega Dreamy X. No. It is a combination because this card is in a secret deck of those 100 decks in Japan. This is one of those secret cards. So, no. And then there are other cards. What is not in Mega Dream? I think this one is not in Mega Dream. This one is definitely not in Mega Dream. This is a promo. This is a card from those starter decks. Yeah, so there were other cards that are coming out of those. This one as well is also coming out of those decks. So it is a mix, and that's usually the thing. Usually it is two Japanese sets combined, and now here they are doing it's one set Mega Dreamy X with then the contents, the secret rares of those starter decks. Because where are the start deck 100 battle collection? So these are cards from those starter decks. This is in deck 101. These three, and then deck 001. You also have that. And then the Lily's Clefairy also. So, yeah. There's Erica Stangella as well. So there are a lot of cards that we have not seen before on the English side. And this one is also a special one. Hitmontop. apparently in deck 74, but those decks, I'm not touching it. Nihil Zero, well, they are here, that's Mega Zygarde, but apparently I thought I saw a title here on the English side. It is Perfect Order. It is called Perfect Order, apparently. Yes, it is releasing on March 27th. It's a bit of a strange design for a booster box. This is something else. Yeah. Gives me some space vibes, basically. And then here, Chikorita in the 3-pack blister. Yeah, okay, yeah. This one is nice. With Meowth on the packaging. Nice. I like. Yeah. Best one out of the 4. I like it. But it's a bit bland. Perfect. Okay, the name Perfect Order. It's already better than the Japanese name, to be honest. Yeah, but prices for the Japanese. Well, the Japanese is releasing on the 23rd this month. Very curious. Prices. I already saw a shop in Belgium that was a bit positive in his pre-order price. I thought he was asking 85, which is very popular, but I don't know if that will really work out. That I don't understand how they can already do that, because pre-order prices are through the roof, and most of my suppliers in Japan, they don't have a pre-order decent up yet. So everybody is holding off. And by the way, Japan is for the moment completely occupied with One Piece. I get the impression that nobody over there is still thinking about Pokemon for the moment. Yeah, this information just came today, my friends. Brand new, Perfect Order. So yeah. But these cards we will have an idea on the 23rd. Well, the Wednesday before, because I don't know if you noticed it, but those pictures of those secret wares from Japanese sets, it's always the same lady. If you see those leaked pictures, it's always the same lady, because you see the how do you call it? The sweater, something like that, but she covers her hands. Probably that she doesn't get recognized or something like that. And it is always the same pink. Every set, the same lady that shares the pictures. That's very interesting. So the week, which date exactly is it? Which Wednesday can we expect? Because then you definitely need to check out Poke Beach. Which date is that? The 21st. The 21st, you really need to check it out, and then we will have an idea about the cards. It's going to be very exciting. Yep. And what else do we have? Something else? Yeah, the oh my god, have you guys heard? We got a new Pikachu Greyfeld hat. Pikachu at the museum. That's in the UK this time. So it is a jumbo promo card which will release at the museum's pop-up shop and select UK retailers. Tickets for the museum's Pokemon event already sold out a while ago, strategically before the existence of this card was revealed. So they got smarter. And it will be available as a gift with purchases at the museum's pop-up shop from January 26th to April 19th. And it will also be available as a gift with purchase at select UK retailers. So this is going to be a shit show all over again. Eh? I don't know if you still remember McDonald's in August last year in Japan. Yeah, they say here the card will not be available online or through the Pokemon Center website. But you know, if it's going to be at select UK retailers, it's gonna get backdoored. We always see that every time product will get backdoored. Now the question will be, yeah, apparently it's a jumbo card. They actually say here, jumbo promo card. So then they repeat it here, the jumbo card. So yeah, but there will probably be some additional products as well. Pokemon, the multiple evolutions of Eevee. What's all these products? Museum shit. Yeah. Pokemon, it's okay. So yeah, they are going to do a lot this year, and that's something we need to prepare for, and it's going to get crazy because apparently there is something else. McDonald's. Where is the news about McDonald's? Here, McDonald's. McDonald's Pokemon TCG promotion coming to the US for franchise 30th anniversary. So from February to March, to celebrate the franchise 30th anniversary, they will be doing an Happy Meal X Pokemon TCG promotion. Now, will we get something on the European side as well? So they are hinting that it could be a 1 4-card booster containing 1 holo card and 3 non-holo cards. The set size are usually 15 cards. They did it in the past, but now it will be then something specifically for the 30 years. A jumbo market, yeah. It depends. Yeah, but if you see the hype around that Pikachu Greyfeld hat, I don't know, could still be, because a lot of people neglect those jumbo cards, but have you sometimes looked up the value? And also with the new mega sets, those jumbo cards, they even made them 3D. Not that they are going to do that with this card, of course, and they don't say something like that. But have you seen that the kind of foiling that they do on top of it is kind of like 3D, something special? Yeah. No eating healthy. No. Your aunt works at McDonald's. Do you see? That's what I mean. Product will always get backdoored. And I understand. People want to get their hands on something. I just hope that it doesn't get backdoored like in Japan. Entire cases of 500 promo packs. That's just a shame. That was for sale for what? For thousands of euros and things like that. That's just a shame because a lot of people strike out. By the way, the Pikachu promo card. Have you already? I was listening to a podcast just before the live stream here. Apparently, the pop report for Pikachu Burger is sitting at 220,000 graded cards. For this same card, Pikachu Hamburger, 220, and there are still coming every day new copies. You need to imagine that PSA has a backlog of 6 months. So can you imagine how many cards are going to be added this year to that number? And the card is still for sale at a lot of stores. If you check Card Market, where is it? Which card was it? Let's check it out. I'm very curious now how many people are still offering that damn card. It should be crazy. So promo, will it just be on the promos? Most popular. They need to show that as the most popular card for sure. Card Market, a bit faster, please. Is Ancient... that's the most popular card. Interesting. Pikachu, where are you? Pika. No. Let's check. But perhaps these are... perhaps English cards. It is from the... where will it be? It is from the... Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet promos. Will this be English or Japanese? Come on. This is this should be it. Tick. Show me the pictures. Will be easier. Come on. Plus 10 pages, but I just want Pikachu. Okay, Pikachu. Where is the hamburger? No. Why isn't it here? Yeah, these cards as well, and that's also something. You guys know that these are from those boxes. Prices have come down, by the way, for those boxes, but the quality of those cards is crap. Pikachu hamburger. What is the name? The number? It is MP. McDonald's promo. Is it really? Hey, McDonald's. Hey, McDo, where are you? God's sakes. Sometimes it is a shit show in finding something on card market. And there were so many Pikachu cards. Go figure. Yeah, I need to go into expansions, but there are multiple McDonald's sets from every year, but there is not from 2025. You see? There is nothing here from 2025. That's the crap, and I think these ones, McDonald's collections, these are from the US and then from France here. But I don't but if I search here, I'm going to do it differently. Perhaps we are going to find it like that. Pikachu. Come on, show me the money. There's the damn card. 1,791. Oof. Okay, so it's going for the moment the cheapest near-mint qualities. 19 euros, 20 euros. The first closest, no, here also 19 euros. Yep, 19 euros. Prices have come down significantly. I know they were for sale for a certain moment above 50 euros. Yeah, I think 60 euros, something like that, was one of the highest. What do they say here? 73. I think that was a bit too high. But 30-day average, 37, one-day average, that's crap. But yeah, still. Would you still buy? Would you now still buy this card? Knowing how such a shit show that was? How many cards were dumped on the market? I have it, I have it sealed. So, yeah. Because there were other cards in that promo as well, but they are not doing so great. Where are the other ones? Yeah, imagine that. In Japan it was like not even $5. The amount. And you got this just for free with your Happy Meal. So the amount of people that made a huge profit, but the whole scandal was that apparently all the Japanese people were so upset, and it was because all the Chinese came for the cards. All the Chinese, apparently. Who knew? I did not have to fight, and I bought them early in the beginning, and I bought them, I think, for like, I want to say a number, around 15 euros. Purchasing price in Japan. I bought them. I got like 10 copies, 20 copies. I forgot. And they are still in the original McDonald's wrapper. a line full of adults, they took their whole damn families. The whole family. Yeah. There were complete Chinese families, all the children accompanied with it, and everybody was getting a Happy Meal. It was limited per person. So, if you come with a family of 5, give us all Happy Meals, please. And don't forget the cards. And then the crap was that everybody just dumped the food and they just took the cards. And then they went to an LGS nearby and they just sold the cards. They doubled their margin. They bought a Happy Meal for like $5 and they sold it for 10, 15, who knows how much. They made big bucks. Yeah, that's... And if we don't be careful, it could happen as well with McDonald's now. But I don't know if I don't know if the rumor is now that it's also coming to Europe. I thought a friend told me, yeah, it's coming, but I see here to the US. It would be nice if we also get something, right? But we usually get neglected. It's like with the Pokémon Center drops as well. To be honest, talking about Pokémon Center drops, it's been ages that we got something. It's been ages. I can't remember that we still had something. Ah, verifying the device. Yeah, and everything is in the Ditto style now. Eh? Do people have so much free time? Apparently they do, yeah. But in Japan, every new set, a lot of people, they make a lot of money. Now for the new set as well. Imagine that the sell price to the international market for a booster box, imagine that it's 70 euros without taxes. But the product at Pokémon Center itself is like 35. So if you have a limit of 2 booster boxes, for example, and you get with 5 people of your family and everybody can have the opportunity to go to Pokémon Center and get booster boxes and then go sell it at an LGS, and you can do that basically every month. You sometimes get enough money just to eat for the rest of the month by just going to pick up booster boxes at the Pokémon Center and dropping them off at an LGS. That's a whole market. And then that's also the reason why sometimes you have booster boxes in Japan without shrink, because there are certain Pokemon centers that remove the shrink. So you go and buy and they remove the shrink to disencourage scalping. But still, how often do you see stores or on card market that says the booster box no shrink? Where do you think that comes from? That's from a Japanese person or anybody in Japan that just went to a store or to a Pokemon Center and bought it, and in that store at the register they removed the seal. That's how they do that. That's where the no shrink boxes come from. The German Pokemon Center, yeah, good question. That will be German. Pokemon Center Germany. I haven't heard anything about that. It's very quiet. So it was discovered a long time ago, but do we already see something more in TCG? Nothing. So it's difficult to predict. The only thing that at a certain moment came onto the website was the holiday calendar. But my estimation is that this will only be in German. I don't think we will see English products here. I would be surprised if we would see English products here. I think they are going to test it out. And if that works great, I think they are going to try to do the same thing for other languages like French, Spanish and things like that. But I don't see them putting a Pokemon Center website with English products for countries like us in Belgium or the Netherlands or something. I don't see them doing that in English products for us. I think they just want us to go to the Pokemon Center website in the UK. I think that's the thing. But the thing is, you cannot have it shipped directly to you, so you need to use a proxy. Or you need to use a friend. And that's also, yeah. So I don't count on it, to be honest. No, I don't think. Perhaps we will see more of the German side, but don't forget Germany is bigger. The German market is pretty bigger. So and I'm also surprised that they haven't thought about doing this for the French market as well, because France is also not small. I in the end, I don't know who will win. Will it be France or will it be Germany that wins with having the largest player base? Especially if you think you don't only need to think about France, you also need to think about Canada. A lot of people in Canada speak French as well. So yeah, that's a bit also something. But yes. But Pokemon will be exciting this year. But as I was talking about, I'm going to be very careful this year. We don't know how Pokemon is going to surprise us. For all we know, prices will tank because there is such an abundance of product available, and I don't want to have with what I had with Black Bolt and White Flare. I think I still, from White Flare alone, I think I still have 30 ETBs or something like that. Black Bolt also something like 20 ETBs. That adds up. That is an investment. And if I already have those from August, I bought them in August, something like that, beginning of August, end of July. So that means that capital is stuck 100%. I cannot get to who I need to sell that. Nobody wants it. It's not a bad product. You got great cards. You got White Reshiram, the Victini. By the way, talking about that. Got a packet. I got a package yesterday. Yes, Beckett. Let's see if the camera will focus. This is my red Victini. Only got a 9. Scores are not so great. The centering was an 8.5. That was the baddest of all, because edges was a 9.5, corners a 10, and surface a 9.5. So the centering was terrible. And where is my White Reshiram? That's a little bit better. The White Reshiram was a little bit better. A 9.5. Yeah, to be honest, not a bad card. So the centering was a 9. Once again, centering for those cards was just terrible. Edges a 9.5, corners a 10, surface also a 9.5. So that was a bit similar as with the Red Victini. And I got those damn things out of poster collections. Yeah. So Black Bolt, White Flare, they are not bad. Those cards are inside of those sets, and still people did not jump on it like you would expect. I don't understand. Is it now due to the printing quality? I don't know. A friend of mine had an Black Zekrom. I also sent it off together with my cards for grading, and that only got an 8.5. There was the surface was a little bit worse. It was a 9, I thought, and then also centering was so bad as you can be. But yeah, people are. That's sometimes why I say as well, sometimes people are hyping shit up until it is there. And then they say, I changed my mind. It's like now a lot of people are saying, Ascended Heroes is going to boom, I'm going to buy. Until the moment that it is there and they are not buying. You've got a lot of people with a big mouth, but with an empty pocket. That's also something like that. And lately on YouTube and things like that, everything is being hyped up and things like that, and then sometimes you say, but you're not doing anything with it. So Phantasmal Flames that crashed. That crashed. But I think it took us. I think it took everybody a while to think about it. As I mentioned, so now everything is coming in waves. Yeah, we saw it with ME1, and with the second wave, prices adjusted significantly. With ME2, Phantasmal Flames, everybody was thinking, will they do it the same thing, yes or no? In the US, there is open communication. The distributors, they let LGSs and other suppliers know, okay, a second wave is coming. It is in 3-4 weeks after the release and things like that. But in Europe, things like that, they are not openly communicated. A lot of stores in Europe or things like that, they are not on social media like that. They don't openly communicate about that. I have the impression that the market in Europe is a lot more protected. I think everybody is protecting their own ass to keep prices elevated. In the US, they say clearly that don't buy because the restock is coming, second wave is coming, and prices will come down. That's completely different. The distribution is completely different there. Here we got the monopoly with Asmodee. This is a completely different mentality, and I don't understand. The European market is, there is a lot of manipulation, and I think it is artificially inflated in Europe to, yeah, there are big players involved that just keep the prices high, even though they can lower it. And Phantasmal Flames, it's now a very good example. But something else, the Charizard UPC. Prices in the US came down to $130. $130. They went to MSRP closely. I think they are $119 MSRP dollars. So they came close. Now they are going back up. But what did the prices for those Charizard UPCs do on our end? They didn't go down that much. I think the lowest I saw them was 180, 179. That's the lowest I have seen. Perhaps some stores had them a bit cheaper, yes or no. But that was the lowest I had seen them. And I intentionally was very careful on buying those. I did not want to buy them to present to my customers. I bought two. I bought one at 220, I think, or even more, and I bought the other one at 190. And I opened them up myself. Plain and simple. One for video and one together with Cindy. The thing is, I also see stores importing them by the pallet from the US and selling them here on market price, knowing the prices on the US side are dirt cheap in comparison with here. But still, the prices over here remain artificially inflated if you compare with the US. Do not forget the price difference between dollar and euro. Okay, there are some tariffs involved and things like that, but still, if you take now a UPC of $130 and you calculate that in euros, what does that add up? I think that comes to 110 euros, something like that. Then a bit of tariffs. Perhaps you come back to that 130. So yeah, that makes you think a bit. And probably they have it still cheaper as well. So there are too many big players on the European side that keep everything inflated. I'm sick of it, to be honest. I can name some stores. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And they are keeping the prices elevated. They got distributor access. They could lower their prices. They could help the community. No, they help their own pocket. You saw one as high as 240. I have seen them 300 as well at the release. 300. And I think they get them for how I think they get them themselves for like 100 or 90 euros from distributors. And then I get angry when people say to me that I'm the bad apple in the community. Stores like TCG Bandits, they call us then scalpers. Yeah, because you buy from others and then you resell to gain extra. We want to be able to grow, to in the future get distributor access and to play the game fair. What do you think I do when I buy from Japan? What do you think I do? I'm not like other stores. I just take my margin, and I showed you yesterday what my numbers were from last year. What is my margin? If you really want to know, on Japanese, I try to have between 20 and 25%. To not even, after all my expenses, not even have 10% left. Do not forget, I got expenses as well. My shipping, sometimes if you get free shipping, I pay for that. My boxes, tape, my infrastructure, everything that needs to be paid. So if I take 20 to 25% on Japanese products, that's not a lot. And then people call me out. It's like, come on. And then I get the feeling, if you can do it better, then do it yourself. But we wanted to do it here to be able to provide decent products, trustworthy products and things like that, and have good customer service and things like that. Because customer service sometimes... Have you ever tried ordering at bol.com? No packaging, just plain and simple in the box. Here you go. I once bought an ETB. I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. And there were some other stores that do the same thing. It's like, yeah. One thing that also I now refuse to buy, the other UPC, the Moltres UPC, I refuse to buy. It goes usually for around 275 euros. That I refuse to buy. Nope, I will not buy. I would like one for my collection because I've got that that other one, the GameStop UPC there that came out. When was it? Was it last year? Something like that. The US GameStop specific one as well. I have one for my personal collection. Moltres I also would like one for my personal collection. But not at these prices. They are keeping prices inflated because they know in the end people will pay for it. Pokémon shipment isn't in your favor. Bulk card market. Depends. I've got competitive prices in certain things. And sometimes even when I buy from suppliers, sometimes even I can offer products cheaper than other stores that have distributor access. So it is just a battle, and yeah, you need to stick true. You need to grow. We have a good customer base. We did a bit over 2,000 orders last year. So if we were doing bad, we would not have more than 2,000 orders. That's something I also take into account. Yeah, you're welcome for the candy. Yeah. So yeah, the German candy. Yeah, indeed. I buy that in Germany. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. But it's sometimes the small things that matter. We are very reactive. We do our best for our customers. If you have problems with the shipment and things like that, we try to see that can be resolved as quickly as possible. It is sometimes the small things that make a huge difference. Hello, Zerota. Hello. Well, we're just having a chat a bit about everything that is going on. So yeah, but I'm someone that I like to watch a lot of YouTube videos. I like to read a lot. I like to check a lot of stores to see what are they doing, how are they doing things, and where sometimes are they getting their product from. and there is the market is really strange, and you can quickly see who does this with pleasure and who does this just for money, and that they don't care what you think. You can pick them out if you like. Yeah, I always say I'm not here for becoming a millionaire. Far from. I just want to be able to one day quit my normal day job and do this full time and have a comfortable life, that Cindy and myself can do this, can grow our business, and can have happy customers. In the end, that's what everybody likes. So yeah. Most popular CCs. The stores, you mean? So yeah, it's a bit of a strange market sometimes. So we started on the 23rd of July 2024. 2025 was our first year, 365 glory days of TCG Bandits. The first full year. I've learned a lot, and not everything is linear. You have ups and downs, and that's something that we noticed. And we will grow this year. I've seen also single cards is the way forward. If you haven't seen it yet, for example, if you look us up on Card Market, we have a ton of product on there. So we are now doing 65 sales that we did. Our first sale was the 8th of December. 8th of December. And we are, in the meanwhile, did 65 sales. And we, for the moment, have 11,000 single cards on Card Market. And we still need to add Chinese and Japanese. Japanese is still about 4,000, probably 5,000 cards. And Chinese is about 1,000, I think. That still needs to be added. And this is now only Pokemon. We got Magic the Gathering, which we are expanding massively as well. We've got Disney Locana. Cindy is, at the moment that I'm busy here, Cindy is doing Disney Locana. And we got One Piece. That's what we are all doing. So we are growing the single business. And if you check it out here, all positive evaluations. That's our goal. Yeah. So that's what we want to grow. But we have set this up that if you check out our own website, single cards, for example, and you check out here Black Bolt, those are the exact same cards that you find on Card Market. The exact same price, the exact same inventory. It's completely synced in the background. Everything. And that's very interesting. So that's what we are doing. It took me a long time to do that shit, but it's up and running. And how big do you aim to be for asking distribution? Well, that's a very good question, Tony. I follow a content creator, Pokémon, Brian, from in America. He has a store, an e-commerce as well. Got a lot of ideas in the beginning also from his channel and things like that. And he says himself, don't go knocking on distributors' doors before you did at least 1 million in revenue. At a certain point, he's right. You need to have the capital. If I now go to a distributor and I say, hey man, I got 10,000 euros, give me what you got. They're going to say, is that all? I've got 100 stores here lining up and they got 100,000 euros. Why should I give you something? And that's true. And sometimes as well, you also got to remember that people working at Asmodee, at other you got what else do you got? You got Bliss in the UK, you got Rebel in Poland, all those things. You got all sorts of distributors. Those are also normal people that work there, just like you and me, and they also go on YouTube and things like that. And perhaps, who knows, at a certain point, perhaps someone will find my channel and perhaps will reach out to me. And then perhaps they will ask me, Tiki, we have seen what you're doing, we know about your sales because you showed them and things like that. We want to open an account for you. That's fine for me. But at this moment in time, I'm not big enough. I don't want it. I'm no value for them. I'm no value. For what? Because they are going to tell me I need to buy Ultra Pro binders? I don't want Ultra Pro binders. No, I don't want it. I even don't want Pokemon for the moment because I'm not big enough. I will not get any allocations. I would like to get products like Magic the Gathering and things like that. Or One Piece. I will not get it. Plain and simple. We gotta... You know the saying, you gotta walk or you gotta crawl in some occasions before you run. And this is a situation like that. Sure, I wanna run. Hell yeah, I wanna run. I wanna win the race. But I'm gonna get injured if I run too fast. I'm gonna get into trouble if I try to run too fast. And I will drop out of the race in the end because I will not be able to manage everything. So I'm doing it step by step, and then, yeah, we are going to see. And then also, the market is very volatile. You have seen what the stock markets are doing for the moment. Yeah, just in December, everything plummeted. Crypto is at a low. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those things at a low. Buying power is a bit limited. Okay, we got an index in Belgium. Okay, we got like 2.2% index and things like that. Is that going to do a lot? I don't know. For the moment, sales are not bad. Will that continue for the next months? Yes, but it will not remain that way. Who knows what else are we going to have? If I look at Belgium, extra taxes are being introduced. In the end, we are going to pay an extra bill. Yeah? Companies, normal other people, everybody. What will happen in other countries? It's a shit show everywhere. So such things are difficult to predict. So step by step and be careful. So yeah, that's the thing that we do. And that's what I also want to bring forward, because I'm sometimes a person with big ideas, and if I have an idea, it's very difficult to get it out of my mind. You can ask Cindy, she will confirm. But I've learned with doing this business that you need to be careful. I've shared a video, when was it? I think the end of November, about a few TCGs I'm going to stop. Star Wars Unlimited, they destroyed their own game. Basically with the Carbonite booster boxes. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm putting it on hold for the moment. I'm not buying new product until I'm sure that they are viable. Altered, that's also a TCG that's half dead. Shadowverse Evolve, I don't have the possibility to get the product decently. What else do we got? What else do we got? Do I got other products? Yeah, Digimon, not a great seller. My Hero Academia, cannot get decent product. You gotta have distributor to get to the newest and the latest and the greatest. Yeah, the amount of Funko Pops, yes. I had more than 150 different ones. Oh yeah. Still got them. In storage. but if I need to check it out, I think investing wise, well, monetary value of those Funkos is about 2,000 to 2,500 euros that is still invested in it and is locked. Cannot get rid of them. I'm trying to sell them at fairs, at events. If I go to events, I take them with me. They are not on the website anymore. I don't bother. I don't care. I would take them to events. That's the only place that it will sell. Why? Seeing things visually, that sells. You understand? Because people didn't go to the pages on the website. Why? They are originally not looking for a Funko Pop. They come to TCG Bandits for the first 3 letters. TCG. They don't come for Funko shit. So yeah, but we are going to sell them off at events. We got a few events this year. Yeah, and then we just take them with me. That's it. And that also takes a lot of place in the car if you go to events. Ah, that's just a crap. Do you own any custom Pokemon cards? No, but I do follow a few accounts on Instagram that make custom cards. There are different custom cards, and sometimes they take one card, they use like 10 copies or something like that, and then they cut it up, and then they make such a 3D card of it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's really beautiful. I hope one day if I get such a card, it needs to be a nice Snorlax. That's for sure. That's my favorite. And then those other custom cards. Yeah, perhaps a custom card with Cindy and me would be nice. That kind of like Team Rocket style, perhaps. Yeah, would be nice. But I really like what people sometimes do with such cards. There are some real artists out there. Yeah. That sometimes I think Pokemon should really pay that artist and put that card out for everybody to enjoy. Sometimes it's yeah. Tony, could be that you are right. Yeah, when Funko perhaps is going bankrupt, then perhaps people are going to start buying Funko. Might take a while, because to be honest, the suppliers where I buy from, the emails that I get every day for Funko, the market is saturated. I think for the moment there are more than 20,000 different kinds of Funko. But Tony, you need to imagine what is killing Funko. There is no uniqueness. They make a Funko about Pikachu, but then they create a Funko about Pikachu in 20 different poses, and sometimes the one looks almost identical after the other. And if one sells more than the other, they will just reprint it. They will make new ones. They will just create the same one again. Where's the value? Where's the uniqueness? Where is... Yeah, and then they say, yeah, but we created an exclusive. An exclusive? There is counterfeiting as well, huh? And then just someone sticks an exclusive sticker on the box and just say, this is an exclusive one. Or sometimes they say, and that is also something very shitty about Funko. Sometimes they say, this is exclusive to that. And then you look, and then, for example, you can find it in the US that it has another sticker, the exact same Funko, and then they are claiming, yeah, it is exclusive from us. Hang on. Shady behavior. They destroyed it themselves. Will they survive? I don't know. If I would see a company survive, Jaguares. Jaguares, they also make such Funkos. They don't oversaturate the market, and they also do a really nice job. Perhaps Jaguares is perhaps better than Funko. Funko just overdid it. Plain and simple. The next upcoming event, good question. I think it's still a while, because I'm a bit hesitant. I think this morning or yesterday evening I was looking and there was an event beginning of February, but then I thought the thing is it's difficult to combine as well, because in my day job the next weeks and months there is also a lot of work that I'm usually then working on Sunday. Also now the 18th of January I've got a running event. I also try to run a bit more. That's one of my goals for the year, run a bit more. And for the moment, I think the first event is the 5th of April. Then we have where is that? Maldegem. And then we have another event close by here. That's an XXL event that is close by. That's in April as well. So yeah. Yeah, if you see that with the Charizard from Phantasmal Flames, but then sometimes in the comments you sometimes need to read how many copies did you use for that, and it's like, damn. It's like, what? That's can be expensive, but to be honest, that's beautiful. Then I sometimes wonder, have you also seen those sometimes those tables that they do with the epoxy thing like that? I wonder, can they do that as well with such cards? That they perhaps fill it up and that, yeah, I don't know. That I have not seen yet. That would perhaps be interesting. What I did already saw was a table that an actual piece of wood from an ancient tree, that they cut some strokes out of it, and that they placed jumbo cards inside of it. And then they did really with such an epoxy wax, they filled it up, and that you had those jumbo cards, and when you were sitting at the table, that you had those Pokemon jumbo cards. That was really nice. Yeah, I saw that also coming by on Instagram. I was like, damn, imagine having, I like such a table, such an authentic table, and then that you can have that combined with your Pokemon hobby. That would not be bad. Funko takes the soul out of popular characters and put them in a box. Yeah, and it's like they don't even got Snorlax. Cindy found Snorlax by Jaswaras. They don't print it into the ground either. They really made a Snorlax. It's not like they created 10,000 variants of Pikachu. It's something else. So yeah, it's a bit... Okay, if you have a good product, don't kill your success either. Basically, don't kill your success. Yeah. But that counts for everybody, yeah? Don't kill your success. Because usually people then, when everything is going great, they start walking next to their shoes, so to speak. Yeah, and that's something we all need to be careful for. Not walking next to our shoes. Don't be cocky. Don't be overconfident. Yeah, I also express it like that. In Dutch I say, 2 voetjes op de grond. Yeah, don't go fly away. Yeah. Don't put a Red Bull up your ass. So yeah, that's yeah. But it's yeah. But for Pokemon, we really need to be careful. And I'm curious now to see if I can get any of the Ascended Heroes. I didn't even try it for the ETBs, to be honest. No, I didn't even try it. I'm now going to check first what I'm going to get from those sticker collections. If I get my 2 displays, yes or no. If I get them. To be honest, I'm for the moment focusing on One Piece as well and Magic the Gathering. Lorcana, also careful. to see what they are going to do. Do I also cycle? Well, I have a bike that I can hook up to Zwift, but there is a huge amount of dust lying on it. I've got a treadmill and that is broken again, so nope. Yeah, I'm not such a big fan of cycling. If I do it, it would be strictly cardio based. Yeah, to get moving. Or when did I rode that bike? When I had an injury that I couldn't go out for a run. Then I used the bike. But yeah, I'm more a runner, basically. I started running 2022? No, 2021. Just when COVID hit. I just started running in January and COVID hit in March. Yeah, I started then running because I also stopped smoking and I stopped drinking. So yeah, that was a great year. Changed my life. So yeah, I'm more of a runner. And this year for me, it will be more focused on trail running. I really like trail running. I can take a piss everywhere I like. Trees everywhere in the forest. So and the landscapes are very beautiful as well. So yeah, that's my hobby, running. So yeah, last year was not great. Your Zwift bike is coming tomorrow. Cycling is okay, but you like participating in races and trying to win. Yeah, I understand. I understand the competitiveness. Yeah, but I've in running it is a bit different if I look at it. Yeah, but cycling indoor, then you need to put a fan on you and things like that. Yeah, but I like being outdoor. I like the fact that if you check out my running channel, for example, that's @gofora_run on YouTube. And if you check out my running videos from when I went in Austria and Switzerland, things like that, especially Switzerland, the landscapes that I saw, I went in the summer. That was 40 kilometers with a lot of altitude. Also, I went up to 3,000 meters, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You can see it in the video. And I saw rain, snow, sun, all in one day. Yeah, I got a heat stroke at the end. I got my ass on top of the hill into the snow, and I started it off when it was practically raining. All in one day. Magnificent. And the landscapes that I've seen, magnificent. I've been on a glacier and things like that. Magnificent. You don't see that riding your bike. So yeah, and that's something I want to get back to. Last year, I only did TCG Bandits. No holiday, no time off. Why was that? Because I wanted to grow the business, and that was not healthy. And that's something that we said also, Cindy and myself, we need to get out this year. We need to get away. We need a break. And yeah, we will see. It probably won't be for running, but just a vacation. But yeah, we are passionate in what we do. We really like TCG Bandits and things like that. And we are very invested in putting our time in. I hope our customers notice that as well. But we need some, yeah. You were just like cost form. Cost form? Cost form? Cost form? Says that rings a bell. Ah, it's an artificial Pokemon that changes appearance and attitude based on the weather. Yeah. But I never experienced having such weather differences on one day, to be honest. Nah, I really almost had a heat stroke even in the afternoon. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. And now on the 18th, I'm running in the Schorre in Antwerp, where Tomorrowland is. And I'm running over there. It's like 19 kilometers. It's an event. Yeah. Trying to get back in shape. But that's also the thing. You can have a business, you can have a stressful life, but we need some escape as well. For me, that's running. Or annoying Cindy. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm too busy behind the computer, I just go into the front and go annoy Cindy, and then I come back. Oh yeah. Yeah. Why not? That's the kind of person I am. I like to laugh, and that's, yeah. And I can be very direct as well. You see also as well in my content and things like that, I don't usually take any fluff. I just tell it. And people do what they want with it. It's like here now also, eh? I tell it. Like I made my video yesterday with the numbers from last year and things like that, and the estimation and what we hope for this year. I just tell it how I see it. Do I have something to hide? No. Why? I don't have anything to hide. Nope. My numbers are declared. Taxes and all that shit. Everything is 100% okay. So I don't have anything to hide. Why should I? Nope. If you hide something, it comes out anyway. So. Ah, yes. But good. Yeah, but TCG Bandits, it's been a weird choice starting that up, but a choice I like. So if you ever have an idea about doing something, think about it and try it out. Cindy also said to me, "What are we going to do? Are you really going to start up a business?" I said, "Why not? Try it. Look at where we are now. We are 1.5 years down the road. More than 3,000 orders in total, I think. If you combine everything, it's not bad. It's not bad. Total revenue over that 18 months, I think we are over 350. Not bad. Not bad for a small Pokemon TCG company. You've been trying your whole life and it doesn't get any easier. What have you been trying? Tell me. I've also tried a lot, and you gotta. I've learned you gotta put your mind to it. Back in the day when I was young, I always wanted to make my hobby my job, and my hobby became my job. And now TCG was started as a hobby. I'm making it my job as well, and it can be difficult because you have ideas and then everything costs a lot of effort. But you only live once. And I'm looking at that this way. We both Cindy and myself, we are 38. If we now work our asses off in our 40s, we perhaps can say our normal day job farewell and have this as a business. And then our children are grown up as well. Just the youngest one. She's 4. Still a long way to go for that pain in the ass. But you get the picture. And we still have then a lot of time to enjoy our life. So, yeah. I never thought having a company. Never thought it. Nope. Because back in the day it wasn't, yeah, but yeah, you need to go to the nursery and things like that. Now you don't need to do those things to start it up already. You can just start it up, and you can start small. Yeah, that's the thing. You get people that start with 1,000 euros. And they build something and they make, for example, imagine that you buy now things for 1,000 euros and you try to sell it. When you have sold half, you can buy new products. And you can try to sell everything further and further, and you can try to grow it. You just need to, yeah. Do my children like Pokemon? The youngest one. So I have 2 children. Cindy has 4 children. We have 1 child combined, one child together. Only the youngest one. Oh yeah, only the youngest one. That's the cutie child that was in the shorts in December that I made. She likes Pokemon, and she knows a lot of names of Pokemon, like Eevee and things like that, and Psyduck and Gengar. She knows those names. She likes it. She really likes it. And then my other daughter, she's 13. She knows the names of the Pokemons, but she's not interested. She knows it, but it's not that she's actively searching things about it. No. The other children also, they are not so interested. No. Yeah, the youngest one, but yeah, that's yeah, but she's growing up with it. When she comes into the room, when she came to say good night, and then she came here and then she said, "Oh, you still have all those nice things at the desk." What do I have here? I still have my like Magic the Gathering. I still got an ETB here standing on my desk and things like that. I've got single cards everywhere. Everything is full. You can see it a little bit here. It is filled with, you can see it, filled with single cards. The box over here filled with single cards. She always sees single cards, Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, One Piece. She sees everything. She's growing up with it. So she doesn't know anything else basically. Which is not bad. Not bad. It's a nice hobby, and I like opening up stuff with her. So the calendar in December, that was fun. We had fun, and then yeah, she did then a few cute things in front of the camera, and then she got to know the camera a little bit. It was fun. Father-daughter, so yeah. Why not? Perhaps in the future she can come to events and things like that. She's too young for that. Yeah. But yeah. Why not? The downside is I'm always working. I've got my day job. I close my computer for my day job. I open up my own computer. Dad is always busy. And now mom is also busy, so yeah, she can be adorable. Yeah. That's sometimes difficult, and when she's being a pain in the ass. She's now got the trick, okay? She knows how to handle the TV. She puts on the TV herself. She goes to YouTube and she puts on shorts. Now she's addicted to YouTube shorts. She found shorts, and then apparently now she likes shorts. 4 years old. She does it herself. Yeah, why not? That's, Tony, a very good question. The thing why Cindy is not coming on to the stream is because it's in English. And she's shy. And she's extra shy since it's in English, and yeah. That's yeah. But there is a reason why I do everything in English. Because if now other people join the live stream and they are from other countries, they can follow. If someone rewatches the live, because this is available afterwards, they can just see it and they can understand it. I always found that limiting yourself in speaking Dutch limits your exposure. You do not get enough exposure. Belgium and the Netherlands is too small. You've got the entire market in Europe that you can cover, that you can reach. And the youngest one is learning English, by the way. When I was sitting in the front, earlier she was counting till, I think Cindy said she counted till 7 in English. So the youngest was already counting to 7 in English. So yeah, but the children pick up English so fast, especially since the youngest one watches YouTube and then the videos and things like that. Basically, when I turned 12, I could understand and speak fluently English. Why? I grew up with The Simpsons. And back in the day, that was on VT4. I'm feeling old. It was on VT4, and that was also always in the original English language and subtitled in Dutch. So yeah, the youngest one in English. It's yeah. She's pretty quick, but they learn quick as well. And these days, with technology in the palm of their hands, they pick it up. Huh? We did not grow up like that, and that is a big difference. I needed to learn it from TV. Now she learns it from everything. Yeah, she sees it everywhere. And then also from the other children, yeah. And she even says 6, 7. Still don't know what it is. It's just a piece of crap. But yes, she even says that 6, 7, and she says, it's like, what? And then I say, that is too old for that. But yeah. Yes. So yeah. But for the rest, yeah, other, yeah, 6, 7 indeed, yeah. Apparently that's something stupid that I have seen some videos where it comes from, and it's just stupid. But that is sometimes social media. It's just dumb content. Especially now AI slop. Oh, if my daughter is looking at shorts, then all those AI things are, and then always the same songs. Always the same songs, and then those sad songs that is like, yeah, that puppy saved his master from falling, and then you see AI slop. So that's why memory for our computers is so expensive, because AI needs to create such dumb videos. It's like, what? The world is coming to something crazy. But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, but in regards to Pokemon, guys, don't forget the rotation coming up. There is a rotation in April. All the first sets from Scarlet and Violet are going out of rotation. Check out the prices for some sets. I've been thinking, should I go for Obsidian Flames sometimes? What do you guys think about Obsidian Flames? I'm not a fan of booster boxes. Why? The premium is too high. What I'm usually looking for is sleeved boosters. That's usually a lot cheaper price per pack, because I always say, look at the price per pack. And the price per pack for a booster box is usually too high. And then also the pull weights for a booster box are also not always what... The set is meh, I know. But how are we going to think about it in 5 years? I know that everybody is saying it's meh. And okay, there is only one big Charizard card in it, and for the rest it's meh. But yeah, or Paradox Rift. Scarlet and Violet base. Scarlet and Violet base is also pretty meh. But Paradox not. If I check out Poké Data, then the sets. So you have Scarlet and Violet, high to low. Basically, you have these goals, and then you have Koraidon, God of War. God of War is of course the chase card, but also not so expensive. But you have some nice cards. You have Miraidon, Koraidon, you have God of War. It's not a bad set. And I know sleeved booster somewhere for sale that I have been eyeballing for a long time. And every time I say it to Cindy and she says, at one day you're gonna buy it or it's gone. It's like, yeah, I know. it's bad compared to other sets, but Phantasmal Flames and Obsidian Flames, they are comparable basically. Yeah? Without Charizard, the sets don't hold a lot of value. So if you see Obsidian, yeah, you got this gold Charizard, and then you got this one here. I'm wondering, we always think in the moment, but we need to think long term. Think at it this way. That's how I'm trying to think. We are now in the hobby. We are now looking at these cards and we're saying, meh. But every day, new people are coming in. Soon, in a few years, another generation is coming in. Are they also going to find it meh? Or do they want to search for Charizard? Or perhaps perhaps they want to pull it themselves. Those are the things I'm trying to think about, because look at previous sets. Not looking at Sword and Shield, but Sun and Moon sets, for example. There were also some meh sets. Try buying a sleeved booster from that set. The price is not meh. And then I'm sometimes thinking, should I buy now a mini case, 24 sleeved boosters of a set? Now, let's say for 5-6 euros, a sleeved booster. And perhaps in the future, if I hold them for 5 years, perhaps I can sell them for 25 euros a pack. That's what I'm thinking. And 24 boosters doesn't take a lot of place, eh? But sometimes I'm also thinking bigger in terms of, should I buy a master case? That's 144 sleeved boosters. It's like, should I do it? But I also know that a sleeved booster distributor price is like €2.30 without taxes. Did you know that? That's dirt cheap, eh? Really dirt cheap, eh? That's something I discovered. That's really dirt cheap. So yeah, the set value of this one in dollar wise, okay, I can change that to euros, but you cannot do that. Yeah. But I had from which set did I had sleeved boosters? At a certain moment I had sleeved booster. I had... Oh! I had sleeved boost Roaring Skies. I had sleeved boosters from Roaring Skies. Primal Clash is even the XY generation. Roaring Skies, Primal Clash, and I had a third one. And I remember buying them for 23 to 25 euros and I sold them for 37. Some. I think some others I sold for like 32 and then others Breakpoint was the other one. That was it. There was some nice profit to be made. It took me a year to sell them off because at the price that I bought them back then that was market, and it took a year to be able to sell them with the markup that I placed upon it. That's not bad. So that made me think, okay, I have that experience. Should I do the same thing now? But I already got Silver Tempest, Check-Lane Blisters, Premium Check-Lane Blisters, Astorians, Check-Lane Blisters. I got that. Do I have something else? Shining Fates, I still have a few tins sealed. Small things sometimes, but it doesn't take a lot of space. But then I'm thinking, okay, booster boxes, to be honest, the premium, I don't like it. And then also, especially, imagine that you got a booster box. I got a booster box of Chilling Reign. I badly stored that, and the box is messed up. It is... it's not quality near mint. Far from. It looks played. Fuck that up. So, that makes me think. Imagine that you're doing that with a booster box like Evolving Skies, or you're taking a booster box of Surging Sparks. Imagine I have a booster box of Surging Sparks and I'm putting that in my sealed collection, and I say I'm going to hold that long term, and I screw that up. Or in the future, there comes a small tear in the seal, and then people say, yeah, sorry, but it's not worth it. I'm stuck with it, and then I hold it for such a long time. If I keep sleeved boosters, if I keep Check-Lane Blisters, yeah, I don't know. Pokémon Center ETBs, yeah. Yep, if you can get them. That's the thing, if you can get them. I got a few. Before the craze started, I bought them directly from Pokémon Center. That's the thing. Bought them directly from Pokémon Center. What did I bought? From the market itself, a normal Fusion Strike ETB. The bad boy which is sitting over there. 151, a normal ETB. I don't like the markup with those Pokémon Center ETBs for the 151. Just wanted Snorlax. And Surging Sparks I bought from a customer. That's a Pokémon Center ETB. My other ETBs that I got, none is standing here. That's in my personal collection, stored away. I've got Pokemon Go. I don't know. I know. It's not worth anything. Got what else do I got? I think Temple Forces, Walking Wake. I think I got a Paradox Rift. Shrouded Fable, of course. Stellar Crown. Surging is here. What do I got? I think Twilight as well. Paldean, as you mentioned, is yeah. Ah, you're thinking to use Reship. Try Advido. Try to use Advido. And when you use Advido, have it shipped to you via UPS. At the checkout at Advido, check UPS. and mention in the comments that they really need to ship it with UPS. If you use Reship, if you use Advido, they will ship it with Royal Mail. Royal Mail gives all packages to bpost. And then you stand the chance that you need to pay bpost to handle the customs, and then you pay. With UPS, you don't have that. That's what I do. I use Advido. My recommendation. Their customer service sucks. They are from Slovakia, Slovakia or something like that. They don't usually understand you properly, but they are pretty fast. And also something I discovered, Tony, very important. If you get something from Pokémon Center and you have it shipped to Advido and you want to ship it to you, they don't repackage it. So if you order a Pokémon Center ETB from Pokémon Center, you have it shipped to Advido, Pokémon Center ships it like in a box with not a lot of protection. Very simple. Pokémon is like that. And if Advido takes that same box, removes the shipping label, puts their shipping label on top and ships that to Belgium, your product will be damaged. I had it. What I do is I let them combine packages. I let them ship it to me when they have 2 or more packages. And then they need to put that in another box. But usually they don't open the package from Pokémon Center. They just package that, then combine that in another box. So you have double protection. Although I had ones that they opened my packages and that they combined it like that. But still, nothing happened with my product. Yeah. Could be fine, yes. But yeah, also I also need to think as in terms of a business, so it could be that sometimes, because if it's handled by bpost, and if I do need to do something with customs, for you I think they charge like 15 euros. For me they charge 40 euros. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't want to pay 40 euros. Nope. But yeah, Advido. Check out the website Advido, and yeah, it goes pretty smooth as well. So yeah, just saying. Reship, but reship is more expensive, because with reship, when the first time you send a package to them, you need to pay for your receiving box, something like that. Because they need to create a storage location in their warehouse specifically for you. With Advido, you don't have that. The first month, by the way, that your package is lying there, you don't pay any extra charges. Advido is cheaper. Just saying, I tried both. I did both, so yeah. That's my a bit my recommendation. Yes. So I also got Prismatic Evolutions ETB, Pokemon Center ETBs. I also got that. I missed out on Journey, Destined, Black Bolt, White Flare. Don't got those. Nope. Also no Paldean, fortunately. Yeah. But lately, Pokemon Center ETBs is a real problem. Yeah, tips and tricks. Yeah, why not? Why not? But lately, it's been a long time since I had some ETBs from Pokemon Center. What I did got was some booster bundles, things like that. That I got. Prismatic Evolutions, I had some booster bundles. What else? Not much, basically. There's not much to get from Pokemon Center lately. And then also what I got is if I do a if there is a pre-order on their website and if I use my MasterCard, it never works. So one of my next tests is Visa. I've talked with other persons and they can do their transactions for pre-orders, and from what I've understood is they have a Visa. So now I'm waiting for a next drop that I can try my Visa. Then I'm going to try that out. But MasterCard, no. Apparently it has something to do that my delivery address is not in Belgium. It's not my own address, and there seems to be a protection. I already had contact with my bank and I said, hey idiots, open it up, man, wanna do a pre-order and it's legit. And they said, there is no protection on our side. So there's something on Pokemon Center in regards to MasterCard. On pre-orders you cannot use PayPal. Pokemon disables PayPal on pre-orders. Does not work. Why is that? Because with PayPal they have more issues in placing a lock on the amount. That only works with Pokemon for credit cards, MasterCard and Visa. It does not work for PayPal. They don't do that. So they always disable for pre-orders PayPal. You will see that. So then I'm now going to try Visa. So crossing my fingers. Got my Visa in December. Still haven't seen any drops. But I'm ready. I'm ready for action. Yeah, I want to see that finally I could do a pre-order. I had multiple times, I think, for Phantasmal Flames. I was in the queue and Mega Evolution. I was at the checkout. I tried it and I failed. I think even for Destined Rivals at a certain point. Couldn't check out. I tried multiple things. Even my billing address, that it was not my home address, that it was the same address as from Advido. Nothing worked. And if you try too much, you get kicked out. Error 17. Well, Tony, I can let you know what happens in the future. If I can go through a next drop. And if I can check out, then I can tell you, and then at least you know it. But for me, a MasterCard does not work, and I have another customer. He reported the same thing to me. He also has a MasterCard, and it does not work. So yeah, and with my bank, there was a promotion with Black Friday. If I made a purchase of at least 100 euros by now, the beginning of January, I could get my Visa for free for 2 years. I said, why not? Let's try it out. So yeah. And otherwise it costs me like, what is it, 30 euros a year for Visa? Still not the biggest expense, huh? Basically, if you look at it. So yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Just trying that out and then seeing what works, and then yeah. I think everybody wants a Pokemon Center ETB, and then sometimes if you see the prices that they pay that you pay on the secondary market, that's sometimes ridiculous. Prismatic goes for what? 400 for the moment? Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center. I'm curious. Some tests. So we really need to see that. Okay. Direct from distributor. What the fuck? Do you say direct from Pokemon Center? Jackass, small dent, mini corner. So there was a lot of ETBs with corner dents. Yeah, 151, yeah. But if you look at here, if you want a real perfect seal, you are looking here. Look, one from Belgium. Look at that, 420 euros. It is a steal, and that costed 55 pounds. If I get it to me, shipping everything included, it was like 85, 90 euros. Look at that baby, 420. And then Pokémon 151, Pokémon Center. Perfect condition here. Christmas offer. Hey man, I got a Christmas offer for you. Otherwise, it's 1,000. Oh my god. You see a small dent on back corner. Will ship securely. It's, yeah. Boxes may have corner seal damage. It's, yeah. But yeah, at least 1,000 euros if you want a really mint copy. Because yeah, shipping costs and things like that. Also, if you buy it from this guy here, from Italy, shipping costs. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. Imagine that you had the opportunity of buying that in cases of 4, because Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes come in cases of 4. Imagine that you had that. Does someone sell that? Yes, here. A sealed case of 4. Here as well. Crazy. The investment. And they bought that for 85 times 4, basically, if you do the math. Look at the profit on that. Yeah. I did not get so lucky with my walking wake. I got them all individually. I was like, Pokemon, what the fuck, man? It's like crap. I do have that for Shrouded Fable. I do have a sealed case of Pokemon Center ETB's Shrouded Fable. What's that word? Does anybody sell that? Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center. Does anybody offer that? A sealed case. Shrouded, no, not booster bundle. Elite. Sealed case. Yeah, look at that. Full case. Unsealed to remove shipping info from Pokemon. What? That's yeah, okay, full case, but that's not legit, huh? 850, something like that. You bought 2 of them from TCG Bandits. Yeah. I still have in my own collection. Sealed case. Yes. The glory days that they were still available. Yes. Shrouded Fable. I in my previous videos, when I was still sitting in the front, then I had more Pokemon Center ETBs displayed. I've cleaned my shit up a little bit because yeah. But yeah. But you gotta protect these babies. Yeah, and Shrouded Fable I didn't mind. It's a nice ETB. I don't mind. No. But yes, I'm going to wrap up. Got to go to the Netherlands tomorrow. For my day job. Crap. Yeah, going to bed. But my friends, thank you for joining. It was fun. Nice talk. Yeah, it was good interactivity. We had a nice talk. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We gotta do this more often. Huh? Today I wanted to have a bit more about Pokemon itself and things like that. And in the next days I'm going to try to create a video about single cards, to dive a bit more into the process that we do and things like that, to share that information as well. So keep an eye out on the channel. And if you have any questions in the meanwhile, then let me know. Yeah. Perhaps next week I will perhaps plan something in a live like this again, something like that. And Sunday it's the live for the rip and ship, of course. So yes. Yeah, Tony, good luck with the studies, by the way. Good luck. Yeah. And do not forget to take a break from time to time. I'm glad I could assist you in taking a break today, this evening. And I'll speak to you guys later. Okay? And you know it. You know where to find me if you have any questions, remarks, things like that. Hit me up on WhatsApp, send me an email or something like that. Okay? Well, good evening, everybody, and good night. And be careful tomorrow if you gotta go on the road, because it's going to be slippery. Already had my shit today. But okay, bye.